That was an interesting experience. So that's actually also an interesting question to me, because well, as I said before, I always try to play on like the hardest difficulty, because otherwise I feel like it's dumbed down and I'm robbed of a challenge, because usually I tend to think that even the hardest difficulties are balanced to be beatable and just not completely annoying. So to me, the hardest difficulty is always like feels like default. Because I'm not like some completely incompetent person who cannot beat something no matter how much he tries, if it's beatable inherently. And but I have absolutely, well, I don't cheat anymore when I play legitimately. Like when I was a kid, I used to always play on the easiest difficulties, and in all the 3D GTA games I used to always play with cheats, because I didn't like understand the appeal of dying all the time. But then I got better at the game and I got it. But in the case, I don't know if it was just my spiteful mood against Bioshock Infinite, or if in any game I would do that, but I abused the hell out of that glitch and I didn't have any problem with it, because even though it probably made it possible to like buy much more stuff and unlock much more locks than I was supposed to. This Keiko demon really died in a horrible place. It may like make the game easier later, but I don't know, I feel like if I break the game like that but still play on the hardest difficulty, it's totally legit, because I'm using the tools available to me on the hardest difficulty. Similarly in like Deus Ex 1, where there was a possibility to have like infinite XP at some later point in the game, which made the rest of it completely trivial. I also, the first time I played, I totally used that and didn't have any problem with that.
Was that moment in the like ocean lab where somebody gives you the augmentation canister, and if you have no space in your inventory, they just keep giving you the XP and saying like...
Exactly. That guy whose daughter we rescued previously, that guy on some rooftop, yes, that's exactly how you said. He gives us an augmentation. If you don't have... Come on, Keiko demons. If you don't have space, he can give you the experience over and over again each time. No. So yeah, and here I'm not sure if I'm breaking the intended gameplay here, or if it's even possible or balanced to... Because you could argue then that well, the author, when he makes the level, no matter how he beats it, even if he uses some arcane knowledge of some, I don't know, well, not secrets, but I don't know, just the presented layout, even if he has to like apply cheap tactics like this, you could argue that it's still I don't know what, I don't want to say balanced, but, or maybe, I don't know, maybe it's legitimately beatable like this. It doesn't rely on me finding secrets or glitches or whatever. But obviously you want to prevent things like this. But in Doom, do you make it like a painkiller game and just close all the doors behind you? Or do you make it so all the monsters can always go back through all the doors or something like that? I don't know.
I believe there were times before in this WoD where doors closed behind you and you had to fight in the area, but if Deathmatcher didn't do that in this particular case, he probably didn't mind players like coming out of this room.
Yeah, because I don't think, I legitimately don't think that it's easy enough to be considered like fun and worthy of living in the map to beat most of these encounters without walking out. So my guess is, my imagination gives me this image of him making this too hard, trying to test it, but then immediately going here, being able to beat it all and thinking it's completely alright and nothing should be improved, and that's wrong. But of course, if you can beat it inside, even on ultra violence, well then apparently we just suck at Doom, and he does it. Also, this looks really painful. Yeah.
Oh shit. Why did you have to attract my attention to this? Oh, come on, stop that. You are terrible.
Okay, whatever.
Really? Really? Uh... okay, okay. The amount of detail is amazing.
And all of it is concentrated just upwards. All his hairs are miniature dicks also, which are also excited. Good. Even the shape is wrong, come on man. Where have you ever seen a shape like that? I mean from the auto map even.
It looks even funnier on the
It looks dumb. No. I don't really want to say it, but no ballsack ever has this shape. I think.
Well,
I hope.
this is a hellish dick, it doesn't have to be the same shape.
Why did I have to go through that?
Yeah, that's undoubtedly terrible.
Huh. Oh yeah, greed and gluttony. How do you differentiate between... Oh, nope. How do you differentiate between greed and gluttony in Doom? You don't?
Well, gluttony is maybe like health items and shit, and greed is like weapons.
Maybe. Also, pardon me for turning on my fan for a second here. Need to cool off after that previous section. I wonder if it's actually... Is it hearable, the noise of the fan?
No, I cannot hear anything.
Ah no, I'm not going to risk it, I'm going to switch it off. I think I remember trying to record something and forgetting to switch it off. Uh-huh.
Tell me you've never been greedy.
Okay, I'm fucked. Well no, I'm not, because Keiko demons are really easy to kill with the chainsaw. Except when there's one behind you. And this time let's actually listen to what he's... Actually it's not going to be possible with my chainsaw, is it? Unless I just don't show out... Yes.
Don't tell me you've never been greedy, Marine. Ever been out of ammo? Ever been desperate to fill your favorite weapons again? When those precious boxes are just out of reach?
It's really funny hearing completely gameplay specific things said by him, because he said that he just pretty much asked me, don't tell me you were never greedy for that precious ammo for your favorite weapons when they're empty or something like that. Just imagine a commander telling a marine that via radio, even a demonically corrupt commander telling, like, remember all those times when you ran out of ammo for your favorite weapons and there were boxes of ammo just out of reach lying there, and how greedy you were? Remember that? Ah, good times. But yeah, let's trivialize this whole encounter. Hopefully there's only Keikos. Also, the situation where you kill something and right as the corpse turns passable, some projectile from behind that kills you, that situation actually has a name, but I don't remember it.
Does this situation has a name that is fucking bullshit or what?
I think it's named after like someone who maybe like it happened to in his videos or something like that. It's not like official, and it sounded pretty recent from where I heard about it. But well, some people have a name for this kind of thing, so yeah. And this is well, if I didn't trivialize it like this, it would be interesting. Also, how the fuck would I kill those? Well, maybe it was intended to me to use the chainsaw, even if I didn't just hide in there, because this door opened only after I killed them all. This would be like if there's again more opportunity for me to make mistakes. If there was ammo like this and stuff supplies in openly dangerous places, and ammo and supplies in some more out of the way places, like maybe I had to go into a narrow corridor which would prevent me from being able to dodge to get that ammo, and I had just to rely on my intuition about which is trapped and which is not. That would be better than this. And it would be like themed after, well, the stuff that's freebies like this, there's nothing free, nothing's ever free. And so the stuff that seems free, it has a secret downside, like dying instantly. Which is a very valuable lesson for real life. If you find money on the street that someone lost, just don't pick it up, or you'll teleport inside yourself and die. Or in this case, just some kind of script will kill you, I guess. Okay, now I can use... Well, this is going to be boring. Chain gunning,
Well,
pretty much
to
everything
be
is
honest,
boring.
pretty much everything so far on this level has been pretty boring to me.
Well, the very first scene was interesting, even if that still was a bit of a trial and error with too often reloading. It was still really interesting for what it was. I think it would have benefited from there being, well, when the hit scanners stopped and the bigger monsters started coming, it would have benefited from there being only one per square and only one like megasphere and ammo box per square. So it would be manageable, but not too plentiful of supplies. But yeah, the others, I don't know. The last was the gameplay. Just if you forget about everything but the gameplay of that section, the gameplay was, the majority of it was reliant on me trivializing it completely. Because otherwise, I'm not sure if it would be beatable. How did that happen? So I can't really say that scene was well made in terms of gameplay. You know what? I'm going to say. And well, the sloth was interesting. Even though I would have switched the running for the lift for just exactly the kind of gameplay this is, for more of an arena type of gameplay, but with the added challenge of having to keep the monsters as far as possible to be able to dodge their projectiles. Maybe add some, I don't know, arachnotrons would totally wreck my shit if I would move at the speed like I was in that scene. Or maybe they wouldn't, I don't know. There would be like a couple columns and then you'd have a sudden archvile, and you would be really hard pressed to like hurry behind the column. It would also be kind of interesting, I don't know. Also, what's with the faces here and just parts of doors in here? Strange. I would like a berserk. But the shells will do. I bet we're going to find out to be reminded just how actually useless a whole box of ammo is, because we had 6 here and we ran out of them pretty fast. And I don't think we're going to run out of the 6 box of shells like remotely as fast, because the box of ammo just don't last at all. We can't even collect them all. Okay, this is not difficult, I think. Yes. Well, if I was forced to pick up like an invisibility sphere, it would be difficult, but as of now, no. Also, those shapes in the ceiling are kind of interesting, but combined with the squares of the traps of the rockets of the level of the room, of the ward of the computer, whatever, they just don't look nice in that combination of decoration. By themselves, if you remember how he did like the ceiling windows and nothing else in episode 1, those kind of windows would look nice. They remind me of like ceiling fans, but they're obviously not, they're just kind of stylized shapes of metal. And this was vastly harder, easier than the previous room. Let's go collect our last box of shells. Also, it's your turn to say something.
Well, I cannot really say anything because I'm just trying not to fall asleep here or something.
That's harsh, man, that's harsh. I almost said that this door texture that's in the indents here, it's actually interesting when it's repeated horizontally like this, because it's like a line of metal with the line faces. This is the only one of these three textures so far that is suitable, or even like maybe benefits from this kind of layout, this kind of shape in which it's placed. So that's interesting. I don't know, this one texture, I'm now looking in a slightly different way at this one texture, thanks to this this level. I know that when you read like someone's critique of some of your maps, or some of the stuff you do, sometimes it seems like when I talk shit about this level, deservedly, rest assured, it probably leaves an impression that when I shift to the cynical and just unamused mode, probably it feels to him like I dislike the WoD at all, at large, well, globally. But no, I don't. Just some of these levels aren't very good. Even the early levels, with how ugly they were, let's not sugarcoat anything anymore, they were ugly, mostly. They were still better than this kind of stuff. This, maybe it's too gimmicky, maybe he just was running out of ideas at this point and was relying on gimmicks for this final episode. I don't know, the idea of the episode is really solid, and many levels are really solid in it. But sometimes it seems that for him at this point, it was less about like being able to make a level in any setting whatsoever and justify it with the story completely fine, and more about just getting away with this sort of crap where there's just no thought. Well, there is thought involved obviously in how to represent the scenes, but the layout and stuff, it's just kind of lazily done, because once the gimmick's there, sometimes you don't bother with other aspects of the map. Pride. Well, this worked for Pride, this combination of things here, like, I'm much better than those scrubs. This looks half like a fashion show or something. Da-na-na, da-na-na-na. Too bad I can't see with my, well, I cannot like turn my head and see what my sprite looks from the back, because I don't think I ever saw the sprite from the back. Okay, let's center the mirror.
Pride comes before the fall.
Ah!
Marine.
Well, that was literal. Pride comes before the fall, and guess what happened when he said fall? Just try to guess.
Well, I don't know, you got teleported to another dimension or something, probably.
Autumn arrived, obviously, but no, I fell, so that was a bit too literal, probably, for this profound level. Okay, I need to like train myself in killing cybers with a BFG sometime, because this is getting embarrassing and frustrating. Also, I wish Zidum had a way to turn off these things, basically, the decals left by the weapons, because more often than not they just make everything look kinda dumb, because they're always in one vertical plane. Okay, this has a lot of slime trails. Let's collect all the keys and go. Which scene is left? I don't even remember. We had
We
something.
didn't have Wrath, I think.
Ah, right. Yes, exactly. Wrath. Well, that's appropriate for like the final scene that stands out among the others in Doom, because Doom is all about Wrath. Also, I wonder if the symbols have anything to do with the scenes, actually.
I would
which one?
assume they do, but I don't really know.
I want to know which one was lost, so I can see which symbol it. Sloth. Huh. Ah, damn it! I cannot. Grid. Ah, this is lost, so it is an audio tape. Okay. That has nothing to do with Lost.
It's a porn tape.
Yeah, audio porn tape, sure. I would have some fun, spend time here trying to analyze all the images, but this is only one I'm interested in, except for that one. And this was Gluttony, and Gluttony is apparently just a really squiggly line, not even trying to make a shape. I wonder if he drew these things himself. Probably. Or maybe not. Maybe he took them from like some other game. And this strongly reminds me of map 30 of either Plutonia or something community project or Plutonia 2. I think Plutonia or something community project. If only the sky was black, it would be completely the same. Okay. Suddenly we are in Wolfenstein almost 3D. Oh crap, it's a shit. I would strongly enjoy having some... Okay, what do you have to say?
How you hate these monsters when they
True.
ambush you,
True.
don't you?
Yes.
The time has come to vent your wrath on them.
I don't see how this is bad in any way. He asked me if I hate these monsters. And I do hate chain gunners. So yeah. Once again, in the context of like the real story, it's kind of funny because it implies that we were in fact encountering absolutely similar fat dudes with chain guns that will all behave the same way and look the same. And yeah, of course I assume as a character here that they are whatever number I can imagine of these chain gunners are probably going to happen in my future. I phrased that really weirdly. Well, I expect more all the time, so yeah, that's treating this common monster like an enemy type straight out of a video game, which it is, but in the context of a story it doesn't make that much sense. Also, just completely infight each other and don't kill me. No, that's not going to work like that. Where did all my ammo go? Oh, yes, it got taken away in greed and they didn't give it back to me. Which is bullshit, because depending on which order I do this in, I can end the level with all the ammo and mega healths, or in a situation like this. And I can't even. Okay, I should probably not do that. Huh, how the fuck do I even survive here? Unless...
Try to stay far away.
Huh. From here they don't even hear me. So only the ones that are partially killed actually give a crap at this point. I'm just going to shoot some... no. This is interesting, but it's not going to work. I'm going to swing my fist and run back and hide here and let them infight.
Are you sure they have aggroed on you?
Yes, I can hear pretty well the sounds of battle. And see parts of it also. I wonder if they can't even climb the stairs. They probably can't climb the stairs. And if I stand right here, I can provoke them to shoot without ever being able to actually hit me. So that's nice. I guess that's how I do it. Once again, I wonder if this was supposed to be like my strategy all along, and this is how Deathmatcher does it when he tests his stuff. This is actually a really interesting topic. And like most interesting topics, I don't have much to say other than, well, don't do that. If you when you test your level, you continuously rely on some sort of trick which wasn't like you intended originally, but then you just came to the conclusion that maybe you suck at Doom, and better players will find a legitimate way to beat this and will manage. And I will just, every time I test, I will just do this kind of stuff. Just don't do that. Oh wow. So they can't climb, but they can be pushed up the stairs. That's funny, in a way.
You know what? I'm starting to worry a little bit if YouTube is going to block your video and ban you forever because of the
Imagery.
blind deaf dicks, yes.
I could always blur them, but no, that's too much effort. Hopefully the next room is not hit scanners. Who also I hate? Revenants? People hate Revenants and Archviles, I think.
People hate Archviles, yeah.
And Pain Elementals. Revenants. That... I no, I'm just not going to do that. This doesn't even compare in terms of challenge to the last room. Like, this very day I was annoyed at okay, it's crashed. I was annoyed at someone in Alfonso's streams, well, when someone, I of course mean Townsman, once again just mentioning DTS-T as an example of like the shit tier WODs for Doom. But there are moments, some of them not bad, not like offensively bad, but just baffling, like this. Why would you have like only 2 Revenants on this difficulty, even where you had that room which required cheesing to beat? And while not bad, and I cannot objectively like make up a real complaint, I just, why? You know what, I'm curious. I would not be able to actually do this, but I'm curious if they can fall down there and die like I do, or if they will just not be able to if the lines are block monsters. Also, this is once again much easier. If only I jumped. No, this is too thin to do. Okay, guess what? I'm doing this again. Too bad they cannot infight, but that was a terrible BFG use. Damn it, get off. Okay, I will definitely murder myself with my rocket launcher here by shooting it in the floor. Or maybe not, also some of them managed to... Wow, even after a rocket hit them, they just didn't care about me. Go away! I'm not very good at dodging these. There is like a reliable way for every configuration of wall behind me and direction the rocket's coming at. But I'm usually too lazy to think about it, or too busy, or something. Okay, I wonder if I fucked myself over here, because those two are going to be hard to kill. Yes. Impossible. Oh, there is a megasphere there, which I can take and just do this, and now I am healthy. And I am corralling these critters, so to speak. They are all in the same space. Well, some of them apparently cannot cross. Pesky. Well, I could of course just stop shooting me for a second. I managed to jump after dying. That's an achievement.
Have you overwritten that save before you have attracted their attention?
Now I have.
I thought that maybe you could fight them with BFG, but like row in a row, like run in front of them, shoot them back, looking in the direction of the entrance, and something like that.
I have no idea what you're even talking about. How? They would all, the second I fire, they would all...
They would hear you.
Unless I'm firing from up here. I think, at least I think they are not deaf here. if they are made like the chain gunners in the last room, which were not deaf, but there were some sound blocking lines there. Damn it. Yeah, too bad BFG does have splash damage. What I wouldn't give for a mass murder weapon that actually works well, like maybe a nuke from Turok 2, that would help me quite a lot. Or Unreal Tournament's Redeemer would also help in this situation. Actually, I could probably return just the same side here. Huh.
It's kinda interesting because
Damn it.
this WOD is supposed to be playable without jumping, but what the fuck would you do here without jumping?
You would suck it up and die.
That's not an acceptable way to play a WOD.
Huh. You would swear that some people think it was, based on how some people make their levels. Yeah, fuck it. Also, it's kind of funny here how he bothered to detail the holes here and then just kind of gave up, and the rest of the cracks are straight lines.
Well, I wouldn't have the patience to do something like that, so I would just choose a different texture entirely for the floor.
And I already did some places like this with huge holes, which were all meticulously done like this, aligned to the texture. So I can say, well, it was a daunting task at first, but then that kind of routine I am pretty good with. Well, like the second I get into it, I just completely forget that it's supposed to be dull, and I managed to think about something else while doing it pretty easily. So I managed to do that, and I cannot really imagine the point of view of someone who would consider this not worth it to the point of doing like this here, just giving up. Oh yes, I guessed right, pain elementals. But here again I can just get by with my chainsaw, I think. Pain elementals really don't work well in tight corridors because half of the souls that spawn die instantly, and the other half, well, the other half just kills each other. I cannot even, well, I'll have to shoot them, I guess. Okay, this at least looks interesting, because this stuff gets gradually more and more fucked up, blown up every room. And this in correlation here with correlation? I don't know. In combination maybe with the floating monsters at different heights. This looks actually, well, interesting. And I just saw that those bars lowered at the end there already. Apparently I didn't have to kill these dudes, so sure. I wonder. And vulnerability actually does protect me against the fall here. I wonder if there are secrets. It would be a good way to hide the secret, I think. But that's probably a bug. The fact that the bars lower here, that's probably a bug for some reason. Pain elementals do seem like the kind of enemy that you would have difficulty keeping track of, like because of all the lost souls, of how many are dead or what. But maybe it just counted, but that would be dumb if it just counted lost souls, and when I killed enough lost souls from the first two, it lowered the bars. That would be kind of dumb. Whatever. Where's the exit? Where's the exit? Oh, between the signs. Sure. Okay. Really?
So many worlds visiting.
What?
To no avail.
What?
I will let you in on a little secret, Marine. The device you're so desperately looking for. I have found it.
What? How?
Or should I say, it has found me. Come, Marine. Step through the final gate.
Doom! Okay, well, I'm not really going to repeat all he said. Basically, he found the device, or should I say the device found me. Go Marine retrieve, blah blah blah. I don't know what exactly he was trying to say there, but Riley, I'm afraid I will have to disappoint you. I'll only be able to go visit that level in a week, so I'm just going to relax on this here abstract for a whole week. Because Doom guy doesn't need to eat, doesn't need to sleep, doesn't need to take a shit. He just can stand in one place and relax. Unless it's lava. I'll stay on this rock of skulls here. So that was an experience. I'm going to say I was very lucky with the scenes there, because the first two were my favorite, I think, and it just went downhill from there. What do you think, Hypocrite? I think I can hear snoring.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Well, yeah, I guess. I don't know, the level seemed pretty boring to me, and last, of course, that's I don't know. Well, it's not like I'm really disgusted or offended or anything. I'm not quite sure what my feelings are about that. I'm just sure that you shouldn't make crap like this in a mod.
Yeah, I think it's disappointment just in the author, because it's just juvenile. It's just, I don't know. It's, even if it was made completely seriously, it feels like it was supposed to be really funny, but just failed at that, even if it wasn't supposed to be funny. That kind of stuff always feels like it was supposed to be funny, because as I said again, because of the cultural context of our society. But yeah, that's actually, I you know what I last thought here, well, not just a thought, about that level and more maps like that, which do not like present constant challenge that keeps you up on your toes, and not like the more classic Doom levels. And by classic I don't mean like old, the original ones or whatever, or not just 1994, but the classic style of Doom gameplay, where people try to make it as challenging as possible at all times, dodging a lot of stuff, just running all the time, hiding from missiles, shooting someone every second. I don't know. That stuff just wears me out. And afterwards, I don't know how that happens, but after I beat a level like this, where the gameplay was just there, and not more than just there. Well, half of it was trial and error by load saving, and half of it was just not challenging whatsoever, and strange and exploity and cheaty and cheap and whatever, like the last gameplay. I don't know. After I finish such a level, sometimes I think that brief injections of that style of gameplay are fine just for refreshment purposes, because I think today or yesterday I launched Heretic for a second to check something about how the inventory works, and I found that just lazily running around the level and shooting people, even if there's no challenge, I was just looking for the first inventory items to appear in the level. It was kind of fun, I don't know, it was pleasant. Not fun, but pleasant, in a way. And if I wasn't playing Doom, if I wasn't playing this WOD multiple times a week, and reading Doom World and watching people play Doom even more often than that, I don't know, that sort of gameplay, which is questionable but still completely beatable if you approach it in a different kind of style. I can see myself enjoying that, but maybe not to such an extreme as that level was. Some levels in this WOD so far were like that. They were completely easy, and the enjoyment of them was in just I don't know, experiencing the idea behind the level, whether it is the story-wise setting of the level or just gameplay gimmicks or whatever. Just lazily go around, kill everyone in a location that has some meaning behind it. That can be fun. But in that level, I'm afraid it wasn't executed all that well at all. And coming from me, who is, well, I don't want to think of my stance here as lenient. I want to think of it as a different approach to just Doom and games in general than most people. Even coming from me, that's even harsher than usual. That I didn't really enjoy that level. But maybe part of it is just the whole idea, because I don't really care for that idea. It's too done. I bet Deathmatcher would say that, oh, I was making it 12 years ago and by then no one ever done this kind of level. But that doesn't change the fact that by now everyone thought about this kind of level at least. And I'm not sure you can do interesting stuff with the 7 scenes in Doom. But if you can, it requires a lot more thought than that. And on this somber note, I promise whatever the final destination, whatever quality that level is, I'm going to finish this Let's Play on a happier note, on more light-hearted note, on in the kind of mood that I wanted to have and I had throughout most of the WoD. But I guess as the penultimate level, it's good to be reminded that no, even though I like this WoD, it did a lot of stuff wrong, and one of them was that level. But it also did a lot of stuff right, and for my tastes, it did some of the stuff much better than the generally accepted, widely beloved map sets. To me, that sounded like I wrote that stuff beforehand, but no, I didn't. I just said whatever came to mind. So, care to try and match my verbosity there, Hippocat?
No way.
Alright, so goodbye until next Saturday or Sunday, whenever I upload it, for last video of DTS-T, and look forward to my and Deathmatcher's big closing posts that we are going to make in the thread. Well, he promised. I don't know if he's going to come through with his promise, but he promised to make a huge post with his thoughts on the gameplay, the Let's Play, the WoD, and maybe something else. I don't know what. And I'll just, well, do the exact same thing. And Hippocat is going to also make a huge post, aren't you, Hippocat?
Nope.
Ah, yes, no, he isn't going to make a huge post. My mistake. Goodbye.